outside yesterday, and just not to bury the lead, I hate it. I woke up this morning, I went outside, I looked at it in the sun, I went, I don't like it at all. It reminds me, if you've ever been to like camp when you were a kid, and like, the stay away camp, and all the buildings, the cabins, all had this color stain, and it was disgusting. And that is what that situation is outside. So I'm going to show you that. My groceries just got delivered, so we're going to get those, and then I'm going to put away. Then I want to talk about the conversation that's going on in and around TikTok about a wife or several wives who have admitted to not being attracted to their husbands. And I at first I was like, how could that? And then I thought for a second, like, that was me several years ago. Not that I wasn't attracted to him, but I was attracted to him in a different way. That was not, um, how would I say? It was not exactly where I wanted to be attraction wise as time went on. So I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna show you the beam that I did yesterday that I finished up that I don't like that I'm gonna redo. And my husband, I texted him and I'm like, fail, big fail. I can't believe I made a mess of this. We just have to sand it down, start over, do a different color. And he called me. He was so sweet about it. He's like, you did a great job. I'm so proud of you. I was like, go girl, you did it. So I did it. I didn't like it. So I'm gonna go out there. Let's just go. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay. Let's unplug the phone. And I'm gonna unhook you. So, and got the gray hair today because today is going to be wash day. So I always let it breathe for like a day and just go free. And then I wash it and do all the things getting ready for the week. All right, we're outside. This is where I started sanding down the wood again because I don't like it. But this is what it looks like now. Actually, can I flip this around? All right. So I don't like the sheen. I don't like the color. But I did get it done last night, and I was out here even in the dark. So when it was dark, what I did was I turned on all the lights, and I turned on all the lights, and I finished it up last night. Then I got out here this morning, and I'm like, ooh, I hate it. So, because what I looked at was that pergola out there. That pergola is like a dark chocolate, which I think is nice. Then you look at this, and it's kind of like this orangey yuck. So we're gonna sand all that down again and start again and do it that color. So I feel like I wasted like a whole day. Let's flip it back around. Oh, I see some people joining in. Welcome. And I know you're like, girl, is that the same girl from yesterday? Yes. I got my hair down because I'm gonna wash it. It's a wash day. So I like to let it go free for a day before I wash it. And so my husband, the reason why I like wearing the wigs is because I like the versatility. I like to change up my style. Oh, I gotta get my groceries too. So let me get a stand for you. So I like to change it up. I like dark black hair. And when I first met my husband, he had said he did not like gray hair on women. And I love gray hair on men. I just think, and he has white hair. I think it's nice. I like white hair. So, but he was not having it back then. So I just kind of got a phobia. But then when we got together, he started seeing me like take my hair down once a week to wash it and do all that stuff. Then he was like, I like that. But I just don't wear my gray hair out like for work and all that stuff. I gotta get my groceries. Let's see, I'll let you see my little grocery order. So yeah, that's what I got because I figured, I figured I would get these little carrots for the rabbits. We feed the rabbits and they're so spoiled. So I'm gonna pull these in. That's one thing I wish the kitchen was a little closer to the door, but there you go. But you get a tour of my house. All right, so I'm gonna get all these groceries in. I think it'll be better if I do like two hands. Can you see? I don't even know if you can see. All right, anyway, you can watch me get my groceries in. I left the lights on all day today. Whoops. Alrighty. So anywho, that is what I'm doing today. I started sanding down that little mistake I made outside. It was just too much. So I think what I'll do, I read up on one of these forums. Flip this around. Oh, out of breath. I read on one of these forums that what you could do is get ammonia and water, or use the citrus thing. You put it on there. It'll take the stuff off, the Thompson's water sealer. You'll take it off and you pressure, clean it, and then you'll be okay. We'll see. We'll see if that is the case. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. All right. Oh, hi. It says Mr. Indian Gamer. Hi, cutie. I'm the first. Yes, you're the first. You're probably the only one at this point. So thank you. So I read somewhere like if you're out of breath doing stuff like that, something very little, you should get your cholesterol checked. And I need to do that. It's probably high. So anyway, I wanted to talk about this lady who I was watching. I don't know if you watch Real Talk with Yanni. I love her and I love her channel. And she had on there this lady that was admitting, it was several ladies, they were admitting that they were not attracted to their husbands. And at first I was thinking like, well, how could that be? Like, you married him, you're not attracted to him at all. Then I started thinking about myself. I'm like, oh, I did the same thing. So my first marriage was with a really great guy. There's no problems in that marriage. It just was me. It was what I chose. And the reason why I chose my first husband was I just thought I didn't want to make the same mistakes that my mom had made when she married my dad, because they were not a good match. And so when I started dating and looking for my potential husband, I did it based on fear that I would make the same mistakes my mom did with my dad. And so I was looking for like the safe option. So one guy I dated, my first fiance, not my first husband, my first fiance, I thought I would be safe because he was not cute at all. He was like, I don't want to give too many details because I don't ever want him to know that I did not find him attractive, but he was safe. He had a good job. He had good parents. He was respectable, had manners. He knew how to move about the corporate world. Like, he was just safe. But he was not at all attractive, and I was not at all attracted to him, but I was attracted to how safe he was. So let me just give you some advice, ladies. If you think you're going to go out here and get an ugly man and feel like you're going to be safe, he's not going to cheat on you, because who would want him, right? Because he's ugly. Let me just tell you, that ugly man will cheat on you just as fast as a cute man. Okay, the game has not changed. Everybody wants a man. Every woman wants a man. There ain't no man on this planet that some woman or man doesn't want. Somebody's going to always want that man, okay? And the way I found out that he was cheating, so he had given me his password to his email, like for something a long time ago, and he never changed it. And so I don't even know why I went into his email, what prompted me, but I went in there and I saw he's chatting with this girl. And this was the early 2000s where you do your little chats in the email. And I was offended because first of all, I'm with an ugly man. Who are you to cheat on me? Like, I was so offended. So, ladies, if you feel like you're gonna get you an ugly man who's never gonna cheat on you, be true, don't even play yourself like that, because you're gonna be even more offended that he had the audacity to cheat on you, and he's ugly. Okay, so that didn't really work out, obviously, but I was choosing him because I thought he would be the safe option. And that is, even though the marriage probably would have been okay if he was not cheating, and, I felt like he would be with me because he's a family person. And he's still with the wife he's with now. And let me tell you, they look like twins. They look exactly alike. They're both ugly, but they look like they're related. Just saying. So then I went, this is like early 2000s. I finished up college, and then I got my first real job outside of college, right? And I met this guy who was not, I would not say that he is attractive by normal people's standards. Not normal people, but like he's not like, people aren't going to have their tongues out chasing after him, right? He's nice looking, but he's not like hot. Let's just say that. And I think he would be okay with me saying that. But I went for someone I felt was safe because I was afraid of making the same mistakes my mom did. I wanted to be sure I was going to be with a man who was not going to cheat on me, who was going to be loyal, who was going to support me, be there for me, cater to me, and make sure that I had what I needed and wanted and felt loved and supported. So fast forward, we started dating, and the relationship went kind of fast, I would say, because I got in a really bad car accident. I was driving at night, and I was getting ready to go home to see my mom for Christmas, and it was like really windy, and there was black ice. My car blew off the road, and I rolled over down a hill, and I landed upside down. And the way, at the time he was my boyfriend, the way he tried to come to get to me, I told him don't, because everybody's wrecking. Like even the ambulance that tried to come and get me wrecked. I mean, it was just a mess that night. I said, don't come, just. But the next morning, he was there, right there, and he called into work. He did. So I felt like this is exactly who I want, someone who's going to be with me and support me, and no matter what's happening, he's going to put everything down. I'll put my groceries away while I talk to you. That's what I want. That was like the safety. That was me running away from my fear of not picking the wrong husband. So nothing wrong with him. Great person, perfect. There's nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong in the marriage. It just was, I was attracted to the safety versus the physical attraction that you might have when you meet someone, you fall in love, and you do the thing, right? So everything was good. We dated, we got married. The first 5 years were easy. But then it got to be like where you just don't have the spark. Even though we were best friends, we still are, we're still friends. But the spark, the thing that like draws you to a person, that makes you excited and makes you like your heart flutter, like you don't want to burp in front of that person, you don't want to fart in front of that person because you want to be cute, right? So I wanted that. I wanted to feel like there was competition out there and I needed to be careful. But our relationship wasn't that. And by me being attracted to not making the same mistakes my mom did, I wasn't being true to myself with what would keep my interest in a relationship. I was focused more on how do I be safe in a relationship. So I can totally see where some of these women that are saying they're not attracted to their husbands, I get it. You have to define what's attractive to you at the time that you're picking your mate. And for me, it was just being safe. But then as I felt safe and I started to think more about what I wanted for me in my life, what was gonna spark my joy, then it was like, I can't do this for 20, 30, 40 years. I can't ignore. And in my 30s, if you're not in your 30s yet, let's just say, if you're in your 30s and you're a woman, you understand. Your mind works a lot differently than it works when you're in your 40s. Like There's certain things in you that just want to, I don't want to be vulgar on a Sunday, but you know what I mean. Like, you make decisions that you probably normally would not make. You would think about things a little more. So, for me, it was important to kind of like find the person that I felt attracted to, and I wanted to have that physical attraction also. So that's how it ended with my husband. And it was sad because he told my best friend, he's like, it feels like I'm losing my best friend. I felt so terrible because my ex-husband deserves the best. I want the best, but I am not the best for him. And he would stay with me no matter what I did, which is nice, but he deserves so much better than what I could ever give him and do for him. So that is why I ended the first marriage. And then now I'm with my husband now, Doug. Now, I get it. If you see on my page, you were like, girl, this is your husband? He's not fine. Some of you may not find him fine. I find him highly attractive, okay? And there's a certain age group of ladies in the community that's chasing after him. Let me just tell you that now, all right? Remember when I said somebody's always gonna want a man? I do have competition, and these ladies, they're not shy about it, okay? They will approach you. They will ask your man out in front of your face, okay? So I know in a lot of women's eyes, he's attractive. Look at my page. I might have him on there somewhere on this channel. But yes, people do find him attractive. I know I have to keep up because there might be somebody out there trying to get my man. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to put away my produce. I think what I'm gonna make when Doug comes home, I always have dinner ready to go. Like if he's out, you know, and I like when he comes back, I like to have dinner for him. So I'm gonna put this in a little dish. It'll keep it fresh. All right. And carrots for the rabbits. In about an hour, they're gonna hop up the hill and they're gonna sit on the hill and they're gonna wait for me to put carrots out. What else do I get? Okay. I got a wire brush to brush away that mistake I did yesterday on that beam. You can probably see a little bit of that beam right there. I'm gonna put the stuff on there and I'm gonna scrub that. And we're gonna put a different color, okay? Different color. So anyway, when I felt like with my new husband, I feel like I still have to be cute. Like I can't relax. I have to like keep my game up. I can't talk to him crazy. I can't, you know, like what I would say that keeps a marriage fresh is to treat your husband or to treat your spouse like they're a stranger. When you're with a stranger, you have a different respect for them, right? You want to make a good impression. You want to present your best self at all times. You don't want to flirt in front of that's embarrassing. I mean, sometimes you can't help it. Like when I'm asleep, things might happen. But you just want to have some secrecy, some level of, you don't want to put everything out there. The more that you have that's just for you and to yourself, the more alluring you're going to be to your spouse, and maintain it. So treat your spouse like a stranger. Present your best self. Be polite. If they do something for you, thank you. Like all the things that you would do for a stranger, do for your spouse. And that keeps things fresh, I think. That's what I have found. So anyway, I am attracted to my current husband. No problem there. And it makes all the difference in the world. For me, not being afraid that he's going to go out there and find somebody else, I'm not worried about that. And as I've gotten older, honestly, if he did, I can't 100%, 1,000% say that would be a deal breaker. I don't know. Maybe if it happened, if he cheated on me, yeah, I would be hurt. I would feel betrayed. I would want to get to the underlying problem. But he and I have an understanding. We don't lie to each other. So whatever it is, I'm sure we would probably talk about it before he did something like that. But I have 1,000% belief that he would not do it. And if he did, my love is not conditional. You know, is it a deal breaker? I don't know. Because if he cheated, it still doesn't change how much I love him and appreciate him. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I have to think if I would leave or not. So I would just say for those women that are not attracted to their husbands, and they seem pretty young, honey, that's not going to last. You probably can get through 5 years, 10, maybe like 10 years, but it's going to come a time in your life you're going to be like, is this my life? And you got to be honest with yourself, right? My stepdaughter was kind of going through the same thing, and she's in her, is she 30 yet? Late 20s, I think, probably when we had this conversation. And she was saying she likes the guy, he's a good guy, but she's like, I don't know for sure if I'm attracted to him like that. And I said, well, let me just tell you my story. And I told her my story, and I said, if you feel that way, like you're not really that attracted to him, that's not going to change. And it's going to build throughout the years. You're just going to waste time. I said, because that's how I ended up with your dad. Because the first one, I was not attracted to him. So definitely be true to what your heart wants. Be true to what your brain wants. You know, listen to both of them. Attraction is going to change throughout time. The person you're attracted to in your 20s may not be the person you're attracted to in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and it's okay. We don't stay the same person. We're not, even physically, like, you think about your cells turn over every so many months, complete cell turnover. So physically, you're not even the same person. So why would you mentally be the same person? So give yourself a break. It's okay to make a mistake in choosing your partner. I would say, don't beat yourself up. We're human, and it's okay to change your mind. That's what I would say as an old gray-haired lady. Okay? It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to have that wedding and then turn around and be like, what did I just do? Weddings are expensive. And you feel like you're letting people down because they came to the wedding. They gave you gifts for the wedding. You did all that wedding planning. You were telling people to go F off because you're going to marry who you're going to marry, right? So you might feel a little bit embarrassed because the marriage is not going to work. It's okay. One phrase that helps me deal with feeling ashamed of the things that I do, and I've done some things I should be ashamed of, and I am ashamed of, and I'm very sorry. But if I say, I am who I am, and I do what I do, immediately, all my shame goes away. And you know where I got that line from? One of my friends, my best friend, his aunt is dealing with substance issues, and she is not embarrassed. She is still proud of herself, and she should be. And if people try to shame her on whatever she's doing, she'll be like, I am who I am, and I do what I do. And that tells people right there, I'm not ashamed of who I am. This is what it is. Okay, you can decide to like it or not. So if you marry somebody, you dated somebody a long time, you want to change your mind, it's okay. Do it. You get one life. Don't waste a minute of it trying to pretend to somebody else who's also trying to figure it out, by the way. They don't have all the answers. And you're trying to impress them on how well you got your life together. Why? You go to bed with yourself every day. You wake up with yourself every day. You with yourself 24 hours a day. You're up here in your head all day. Why are you trying to impress somebody else? Who, by the way, people don't think about you as much as you think they think about you. So just live your life. If you marry somebody then you probably shouldn't have married, don't feel bad. All right, I got limes. I got limes and a bunch of spices. And I got 2 ribeyes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to marinate these. So I'm going to make fajitas tomorrow. And then Doug loves chicken thighs. I'll have that maybe like Wednesday or Thursday. So I got all these spices because I have my spices laid out because some people in this house will use up, and by some people, it's not the two of us, they will use up all the spices, and then they won't tell nobody that they've used up all the spices until that person starts to cook. And then they realize there's not enough spice to do the cooking. So I went and I bought additional spices to kind of restock this stuff right here. I didn't even need this, but I found in Scottsdale is very limited on the ethnicities that live in the area. And it's very, very hard to find this. So I got scared and I ordered a backup in case some stuff goes down, because we don't know. This world is getting crazy, and it might turn out to be, well, you can't get seasoning anymore the way it's going now. So I stocked up on that one. I'm gonna put that in the pantry. I got some curry, because Doug makes the best curry chicken. That's so good. I don't even know where he got that from, because he is white, but he makes the best Indian curry chicken. It's good. So that's what I have. And then my pantry over here, I haven't cleaned this thing in forever, so I'm not going to show you too much. All right. But what I had thought about doing is to go ahead and marinate the meat. Oh, this back in the freezer. And take these bags out. I got two things to take care of that little problem I have outside. I've got this citrus stuff. This got like 4 or 5-star reviews that you put it on there, you let it set, and it takes off the stain. We'll try it, or ammonia. One of the two is going to get that color off the beet, and we can start again anew. I'll put this over here by the garage. And I think I want to clean the counter off and then marinate my meat. Do y'all want to see me make the flour tortillas? And these flour tortillas are soft. They're not hard. And I don't like to buy the tortillas because it's got like that aftertaste. It's like a chemical. I don't know what that is. But all of them, all the store, I don't like that taste. So that's what I'm thinking I might do. Let me put these over here for the rabbits. So, this is in the freezer. I'm not going to show you my laundry room because it is full of laundry. Oh, you know what would be nice is, I'm trying to get off the soda, but I had a Dr. Pepper last night, and now I'm gonna have a Coke. And I like these little glass straws. So, and it's just a little, and I don't even finish these. Wash the countertop. You want to know something funny I did last night? I don't know what is happening to me, but let me show you this. Do you see this right here? I thought that I had put the stain from the outside beam that I did. I thought I stained my counter. So I'm up here at 10 o'clock at night scrubbing this so hard, trying to get this stain out of the granite, scrubbing. And I was so upset. I was like, oh my God, my poor husband, he's gonna have to live with that stain. That's part of the granite. It's not a stain. And I'm scrubbing. I went to get the granite cleaner and I'm putting this acid stuff on here. I'm scrubbing. It's not a stain. I don't remember it being there, but it's It's not a stain, it's the granite. And then I looked over there, there's another one by the window that is just like it. What I should have done this weekend was go to the spa and minded my business this weekend. Okay, let's see if we can tighten this. I don't know why it's leaning. Let's this do. Helps move. I don't even know what's happening over here, but I will figure it out. Or should I touch it? All right, so let's clean the counter, and then I'll show you what I put in my meat marinade when I do like my fajitas. And then, do you use this? I like the bottle. So we've had this since before COVID, and I think I was the only one in town that had plenty of Lysol in here. I had a big bottle of Lysol, and I just keep refilling it. I put like their recommended, I guess, a couple of capfuls and the rest with water. And I just kept making my own disinfectant for all of COVID and past COVID. So if you ever think you're gonna run out of your spray, your disinfectant, make your own. Delete your own. You don't have to keep buying bottles and bottles and bottles of, and this stuff is expensive, but Lysol you can get for like $3, a big bottle, and you could just make this stuff all year long. And that is what I do. All right, the chicken, I don't know how I want to cook this, so I'm not going to marinate the chicken. I'm going to just do the steak. Now, I know it's kind of controversial, but I may or may not wash my meat. You're not going to know. I'm just going to come back around here, and the meat may be clean, and it may not be clean. Okay. Okay, this way nobody gets any controversial, no angry little comments about if I follow the FDA regulations or not, okay? On your meat, if you're not in Texas, you don't really know what kind of meat you're gonna get. In Texas, it's a lot easier to go to HEB and get a really good cut of meat. If you're outside of the area, it's hard to really know where to get a good cut of meat. So it's hit or miss. So what I've done here, let's angle you down so you can see, or maybe I'll just do this, is you'll put meat tenderizer on here. And the meat tenderizer that I use So I've got all of these, and these are what I will put on the steak. So you pat it dry, so it can get the seasoning in there. Use a fork, and the fork is just gonna put the holes in the meat so my seasoning, my marinade can get in the meat. And it's so important, make sure your meat is so dry, towel blot it, okay? So now I have holes in the meat, and this is gonna marinate overnight. And can you see? I know this thing is real wobbly. I don't even know how this thing got like. Lord, I don't know which part is wobbling. I can't tell. I mean, I know what part, but I don't know which one of the little adjustments needs to be adjusted. No, it didn't. It's okay. You just be a little crooked for a little while, okay? A little crooked. All right, then celery salt. I like this. Okay, that's all for this jar. And I have a new jar that I just got. Don't look at my big belly. Oh my God. Turn this way. Okay. Then I've got my nature seasoning. This, if you're not a professional at picking out seasoning, this gets them every time. If you don't know what to put in your spaghetti sauce, nature seasoning. Meat tenderizer. It doesn't matter really what kind of meat you're cooking. This is very, very salty. So just know that it's really, really salty. Okay? But it will make meat tender. I always do the garlic powder. And I'm just dusting these. Look, they're super dusty with seasoning. A little bit of onion powder. A little bit of Slap Your Mama. Again, if you're not good at seasoning, you can't pick out the right flavors, Slap Your Mama. You do that with the other ones I just showed you. You don't have to be a professional. Then I would say get yourself limes, because it's going to be like I'm not Hispanic, so I don't know for sure all the stuff, but I can get close, and I can make it like I want it. Okay, so I'm just going to roll it, get the juices going. And I'm going to cut it this way. Alright. And I don't care about the seeds because it's just a marinade. And just squeeze it over. There's no juice coming out of this one. Ooh. No juice. It's like, this is a desert lime. Right, so anytime you're doing a meat marinade, if you want that thing to be like really, really good and very flavorful and tender, get a citrus in there. It could be orange juice, lemon, a lime. You need to get some type of citrus. So if I'm doing chicken, I'll put orange juice in it as part of my marinade. And that'll help break it down. Now I don't suggest doing it overnight because it will kind of cook the meat. But like for this steak, it's okay. Yeah, this one is a little bit more juicy. All right. So that's in there. So I know you're probably like, well, what about the underside of the meat? It's okay because this, these are gonna go in fajitas. And the marinade's gonna be at the bottom, so that'll be flavored. So it doesn't matter that it's just seasoning on the top for this time. So that's what I have going on for there. Okay, now this is I always say it the way that person does on Instagram. Roy Sister Cherie. So this is the Roy Sister Cherie. Worcestershire. That is what I have here, and that's what I'm putting here is the marinade. This is not as salty as soy sauce. Back in the day, I would do like soy sauce. But it's just so salty. Like, I can't do soy sauce with my meat tenderizer. Make sure it's not expired. Because this, I remember seeing this in our pantry for a long time. Okay, sorry. So my sister Shirley. I don't know what. And fridge. I like to use some Louisiana hot sauce and mustard. These are things that do not seem like they go together, but a little bit of this. And mustard. Don't ask me why, but for some reason, that mustard, So there is that. That's my marinade. So I'm going to cover this and put it in my other fridge. And tomorrow I will have ribeye fajitas. Now, if you want to see the tortillas, if you want to make that on here with you, let me know. It's only 2 of you in here. I think 2 of you can let me know. Do you want to see that? If not, I'm going to say, no, bye. Have a great day. All right, let's see. I don't see any comments yet. Okay, so I'm going to take that. You don't want to see how to make really soft, like supple, delicious flour tortillas. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. It's been wonderful spending Sunday afternoon with you, letting me jibber jabber talk about nothing and showing you my secret to delicious stick marinade sauce. And I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. Maybe I can go, I'll be at work. I was going to work from home Monday, but I'm going to go in. So maybe I'll go live at work, maybe during my lunch or something like that, and just say, hey, my goal is to try to go live every day this week. Can I do it? I'm going to do my best. So I think if I do it during my lunch period, I can stick to it. But Tuesday, we'll see. I'm not going to make an excuse now. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try to be on here every day just to talk to you all, to see what you all are interested in seeing from me. And I hope you have the best Sunday evening ever. Bye.